Hi, I'm Greg from RVHaulers. We've got a smart car bed that has been prepared and is about to get sprayed, paint matched to the Volvo that it's going to be installed on. Wanted to give my customer an update on how the bed looks before we get the paint done. We're going to go into the booth. Mike is, the paint mixing booth. He's getting the paint prepped. I'm also going to show you a little bit of the sample work that's been done. The spray out from Volvo, the paint code ended up not matching. So I want to show you in some natural light here outside what that door, we took the door off the jockey box of the truck. We've done a whole bunch of different spray samples and we've picked one that we think is a perfect match. Let's go take a look at that paint sample, and then I'm going to take you inside the booth here before Mike starts the paint. Follow me, follow me. So here's our drum box door that is right off the truck, and this is actually the sample. If you go by the paint code on the Volvo door, that's what it ends up looking like. And of course the metallic fleck doesn't match, and nor does the color. I'll take that outside and show you. But Mike has actually been playing with a whole bunch of different spray outs and different air pressures, and we've got one that we think is a perfect match. So here we are taking a look at the paint samples, getting ready to spray. This is the factory paint color, and when you mix it up, take a look at the, so this is in the natural sunlight straight on. You'll see that the flake that's in here is a lot coarser. And also when you change the angles, the sample actually looks quite a bit darker. Hey, you're in my sun! There we go. So here's what Mike has been working on for a long time, and this is a beautiful match, I think. So at different angles, he's got the flake in there matched really nicely. But take a look at how much darker that one is. That's not right.
Yeah, I was just going through a lot of spray outs. I made like at least 5 of them.
You made a lot of spray outs. I sure like the one you picked though. It looks awesome. Yeah, I think it's a perfect match, especially in the sunlight. That's what's key. Well, the painting's done and the box liner's done. Here's the final product. I want to give you a walkabout the bed and show you a couple new features that we've included in this design. So Joe and Nate are doing the wiring on the bed now, and I wanted to show you a couple things some changes that we've done. You'll notice that the receiver tube that used to be right here is gone. Hey Joe, do you want to grab that? Just hold hold it up and kind of show where it goes. So Joe's just doing the wiring on the worn winch right now. But this new support, oh, you got to flip it around, yeah, goes up and underneath in there. And that is the new, so the winch receiver goes in there. The winch is going to be mounted underneath. We've done lots of testing of this. What did you do for your test, Joe? You had the smart car hooked up.
I skidded the wheels.
So the winch arm comes out of that box, goes up, and you were testing the flex in it, and it passed the Joe test. So I'm going to take a second and show you underneath the scenes. We've been using box liner material not only on the top of the bed, but it comes down over the sides as well, so we've got edges that don't get scratched, and we're continuing with the box liner up and underneath now too. And you're never going to see this, it's going to be on the truck, but we are getting the box liner up into every nook and cranny. Really happy with how this stuff stands up over time. Also want to show some of the wiring that we're doing now. We've always done this, but we're continually looking for improvements. If you look, we've got the lights that go from here, and I wanted to show you where that wiring goes. So it comes and goes into a steel protective piece of tubing right away, and that goes along underneath the bed. I'll show you where it goes. I'll show you from this angle. Both sides, so this side as well, it goes up underneath and it follows along inside some protective tubing and then goes down into another piece of tubing, runs all the way along the back and comes out. You can see it comes out way back there. So we're trying to protect our wiring and have it exposed just as minimally as possible. We'll go around this side and show you, of course, the box liner is up underneath all the spaces in here. That's where our mud flaps are hanging from. So they hang down from that point. So we're trying to minimize all the drilling and any points of rust infiltration. We've started to put the box liner inside here as well. Of course, this is also going to get the black puckboard on top of this. So not only is there, box liner underneath to protect it from rust, but with the puckboard on top of here for sliding, this nice, beautiful painted front edge doesn't get damaged. And there's a view of the rear of the bed. Nate is assembling the distribution box right now, so all the wiring comes back to one point in the bed. If you ever want to add lights, it's a nice sealed box, nice rubber grommet protected inputs, so when Nate tightens that nut down, it squeezes a rubber grommet on the wire that's in there, keeps the weather, keeps it sealed. But a good way to add lights if you ever want to yourself. So whenever we have a chance, we always try to use loom to hide the wires. That's what Joe's doing now. Making a little protective harness. And working on beds, remember to always stretch and wear your safety cap underneath. Is that a bump cap, Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've removed the safety device on top.
Oh. Okay, we'll edit that part out. And that's where Nate's putting that distribution box I showed you a moment ago. It ends up being about the best place for it because you can actually get to it above the axle that's sitting right there. It's centrally located. You can see it from below. It ends up being a good spot. Joe's wiring the secondary winch control, so the wires that he's putting in right now into this box is where we have a second point, a spare point that you can hook up back there to control the winch from this side if you need to. And here's where that nice bed is destined for. This is the RVHauler named Chief. He's a 2013 Volvo 780. He's got a D13 engine in him. It's the extreme efficiency D13. So he's got a 267 rear end ratio from the factory. And the frame has been extended the usual little bit. So we've got about an 18-inch extension out there. That's the bumper pull that we've designed. He's a little dusty just from driving on my gravel road, but this was all sandblasted as well. And the box liner was applied back here. You can see we've got all the new wiring for the trailer installed. This is the air line that goes to the glad hands at the back. We've pre-wired it for cameras right there. You can see the new drive shaft that was built. It's been sandblasted, balanced, and painted. This truck actually came with super singles. And you know, one of the negatives of having a single wide tire back here is that you don't have a built-in spare. In the event of a tire blowout, in this scenario, you've got a built-in spare. If that one were to lose, pick up a nail or lose some air, you're able to limp along on that one. One of the risks with a super single tire back here is when you have a blowout, it drops down onto that rim. And many times you'll find the rim is so damaged that you're not only just replacing the tire, but you're replacing the rim as well. A blowout can be pretty expensive. The other negative of a super single is when you do get a blowout, you got to pull over now. At least with this redundancy built in, you can kind of limp along and get off the road, get to a safe point, have a sandwich, have a glass of water while you wait for the roadside tire person to come and help you. Now, a couple unique things I wanted to show you on this RVHauler is that and that. And you say, I've never seen those before, Greg. What are those? Well, that's part of the leveling system. Very unique system we encountered on this RVHauler, on this Volvo, is that leveling valve. You'll see there's just electrical that goes to it. It's a sensor only. That rod goes down to that point and that sends a signal to these leveling devices, which are really unique. We had not encountered these before, and I want to point them out to you. The level of this truck can be set from inside the cab. And it's taken quite a bit of work with Volvo, with the engineers, but we've managed successfully to get those kind of overridden and hard programs so that the ride height of this truck, the level of those airbags, is always coming back to the same height right when you default and start the truck. What we were encountering with this, if you ever see this leveling solution, if you see that on your frame, please know that you're going to spend a little bit of time with Volvo figuring it out. This was the first time they've ever had someone come to them and say, I want that defeated. I want this truck to get to the proper ride height between the frame and the axle every single time and not have it vary. Just thought I'd give you that heads up. But this RVHauler is ready for that bed. Of course, we've test fit that bed on this truck a number of times. We know it's ready to just drop right on there. The wheels are polished. The interior and all the mechanical and programming has been done. This 2000 780, she's a beaut. And shortly we will have him on the road for his new owners. Well, thanks for watching our paint and bed build update on this RVHauler named Chief. If you have any questions, please post them down below here in YouTube. I also welcome you, if you have a chance, give us a thumbs up. Let us know if you like the kinds of things that we're working on. And if you have questions, we welcome your phone call or your email anytime. Thanks for watching.